Hi everyone, I'm Donna Stellhorn, your practical astrologer, and today we are talking about the full moon. It's on April 12, it's at 23 degrees of Libra, and it is opposite the Sun and Chiron. What does this mean for you? That's what we're going to talk about. Welcome everybody, especially if you're new. This video is going to be a little bit different than past videos. This video is in 3 parts. First, we're going to do a short overview of what this full moon is about. Then we're going to talk about your sign, love and money predictions for the next 2 weeks. And then at the end of this video, there's a little section of announcements that I have and classes that are coming up and other things. And by the way, if you'd like a copy of your chart so you could follow along on these videos, I can send you a PDF. There's a link in the description. So let's take a look at this full moon chart and how it relates to what's going on in your life. So I think that the thing that most people are looking for right now is some sense of certainty. This is really hard to find when we have a couple of planets retrograde. Neptune has just gone into a new sign, and we had the recent eclipses. So things going on in the world are actually quite uncertain right now. And if there's one thing that people hate, it's uncertainty. So along comes a full moon in Libra and the desire for balance. And so this is, when you think about it, Libra is about the scales. So the scales are in constant motion. They are looking for balance. They are rocking back and forth all the time. And so the scales represent this uncertainty. And we're all wishing for the scales to be perfectly balanced and perfectly still, but they're only that for a moment, because the moment they are, then we say, oh, I want a little bit more, or I want a little bit less, or I want something different. And the scales become out of balance again. There's this nagging feeling that so many people have right now of uncertainty about their jobs or inflation or what's going on in the world. And during this full moon time, it would be better for you to realize that the uncertain path is actually the path that leads to success. You see, all of the areas of your life that feel certain are the areas you've already explored, and these have not brought you what you've wanted. And so the uncertain areas on the map are actually the potential solution to what it is that you want: the better job, the more money, the fulfilling relationship, the just having more fun. It's when you take the uncertain path that you're creative, that you are discovering ideas, where you're helping the world, where you have this fulfilling life. This full moon is opposite Chiron, and most people think of Chiron as the wounded healer. But Chiron is also the portal. It's the open door, and it's sitting with the Sun in Aries, which suggests taking action. Now you might ask, well, what action should you take? Well, Chiron in Aries, Aries being the sign of innovation and raw energy, would say do something different than you've done before. And this is the full moon, so this action should be the biggest and the boldest action that you can do. Maya Angelou said something in her autobiography. She said, I looked up the road I was going and back the way I come. And since I wasn't satisfied, I decided to step off the road and cut me a new path. This full moon is halfway through the lunar cycle. This is the perfect time to check the path forward and back, and if you're dissatisfied, to embrace uncertainty and cut a new path, because it's the uncertain road that leads to success. Okay, Sagittarius, this full moon is lighting up your area of community and groups and friends, and so it's suggesting to get out more. Now, you usually do get out more than most signs, and so this is generally not a problem for you, but this may be that you are just visiting the same groups and seeing the same friends, and it's time to branch out a little bit and do some exploring. This is what the essence of Sagittarius is about, is to be the explorer and to go see what other people are doing and how they live and what their opinions are, and then bring that information back so that all of us can understand. Now, when it comes to love relationships, specifically new love, Mars is not making an aspect with Jupiter, and there's a lot of planets that are below the horizon, which means that you're actually kind of, again, like sticking with such a familiar path not really taking any new paths right now. And so that's something that you can remedy, where you say consciously, okay, I'm going to go to a different club, a different organization, a different party. And that can help you meet new people. Now, because there's no aspect going on between Mars and Jupiter, it's more likely that the other person finds you because they're doing the aspect. And so you just want to be, in the room and be visible so that you can be found. Now, when it comes to existing love relationships, it's a different story. There's no aspect going on between Mercury and Jupiter, but Jupiter is in Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. Mercury's in Pisces, which is ruled by Jupiter. So we have that hidden connection. And that means that underneath, whatever it is that you're stressing about with each other or arguing about, underneath you can find some common ground. You can find something you agree on and build the relationship back up from there. So it takes a little work with a hidden aspect. You want to be open to the different things that the person is saying, and then and also look for opportunities to tell them how you feel. But there is that basis there that something can grow from, that something can be built upon. And if you'd like to know more about how your relationship is doing, or if you're looking for love, I do readings. There's a link in the description. Now, when it comes to your money, you pull money from Saturn, which is moving closer to the North Node. So the North Node goes backwards in the chart. Saturn currently is going forward, and the two of these are going to meet, and this is a rare conjunction. So Saturn is basically what you're good at and what you're striving to be good at, the things that you want to be good at. And then the North Node is your life path. And so this is about taking the things that you've worked really hard to be good at and applying those to your future. So there is some real opportunities here. Now, if you say, I'm not good at anything, well, this is maybe that you are more of a generalist and that you have gone to and learned a little bit about a lot of things, which is a very powerful skill to have, because that means that you can apply something that you learned in cooking to business, or something you learned in business to child rearing, or vice versa. You know what I mean? So this is a time to think about then what it is that you want to accomplish over the years to come, and then start to just gently align yourself onto that path. You don't have to throw away everything and jump on the path. Just start to move yourself more in alignment with that path. And that's going to get a little burst of energy with this conjunction. Now, when it comes to money from business or from investments, the moon's making an inconjunct to Saturn. So we're still, again, have that same sort of energy of making a course correction. And I know that it sounds hard, but it's kind of like if you're sailing and you see the lighthouse, but the ocean waves cause you to drift a little bit to the left, you course correct so you're back to center. And then when the wind blows and you move a little to the right, or however boats work, so you course correct. So again, you're aligned so that you know where you're heading. And so that kind of course correction is what's needed to make more money in business and investments right now. Now, when it comes to money from your career, so that's a paycheck, it's a different story because Venus is conjunct Saturn. That is much more harmonious. We're getting along, kind of like Siamese twins, that your company is maybe recognizing that they need you and you need your company. And it's important that you have that realization that they realize it also, how much they need you. So you want to make sure that they know that. But you also then need to understand that if your company is not solid right now, that you will have to disengage from this connection to move on. So if your company is solid, this is really good energy for asking for a raise. If your company is not solid, this is a sign for you that you have to consider moving on. Hi everyone, I thought I might change things up a little bit this time, and so I'm putting announcements at the end. So if you're interested in what is going on and what I have coming up, stay tuned. Otherwise, you can just jump off right here. So I've been looking for a way to connect with you guys, more. And so I've been doing these classes, new month wishes. They're at the beginning of the month. I started with a live stream and then I moved it to Zoom. So this next one is on April 1st at noon Pacific time, and it is on Zoom. It's free if you guys want to register. There's a link in the description. So what we do in this class is we briefly talk about the energies of the upcoming month, and then we write our wishes together, and then as a group we energize them together to give them more power. And so, but mostly this is just an opportunity for us to actually have a conversation. And so if you're interested, like I said, this one's going to be April 1st at noon Pacific time. So, and I know that doesn't work for everybody's schedule because I think it's a Tuesday. So I've been thinking about whether to try to move it again back to a live stream and a recorded version. So, but then it misses the whole interacting with you guys. So I'm not sure what to do. So if you have a thought about that, you can put it in the comments. I'm very interested in expanding this channel and doing more videos on Western astrology, Chinese astrology, and feng shui. And so, and if you like this content, I have opened it up to memberships now through YouTube. So if you do want to support the channel, there is a join button next to the subscribe button. So I hope you're already subscribed. And then if you'll hit that join button, if you want to support the channel, it's totally optional. In a few weeks, I'm going to be teaching a class for NCGR New Jersey. NCGR is the National Council of Geocosmic Research. It is one of the astrology organizations that's in the world. And NCGR actually has individual chapters. And so I'm on the board of the San Diego chapter. I'm going to be speaking for the New Jersey chapter. And if you are interested, you can join in because this is a Zoom class. And so I'm going to be talking about the astrology of home. And that is how your fourth house in your natal chart tells us what the ideal home situation would be for you. Also, we're going to talk about transits that could signal a move and whether you can make money in real estate. So if you're interested in that class, then just click the link in the description, and then there is a charge for that class. I think it's $15. But all the information is there when you click on the link. And then finally, I have a newsletter. It's been a monthly newsletter for ages. And then a couple of months ago, I moved it to a weekly newsletter where I talk about the different energies for each day. And then you see some of the pictures that I'm posting on Instagram. And so that is a free newsletter, and the link is in the description. And that's about it. I have more announcements that I'm going to be making in future videos. I have some new video courses coming out, and so we'll talk about it then. And because you stayed all the way to the end, which I really appreciate, I have a very special picture. This is not the last cat I had, but the cat before that. This cat was very good at opening doors, and since this whole video was about the portal that the Chiron can make for you, opening a new door, I thought I would share this.